Hi! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Teacher Josa, your teacher in personal development. Let me share my, screen. Okay. Last meeting, we discussed the meaning and relevance of personal development. We tackled also the meaning of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs and answer important questions. So shout out to my students, 11 professionalism, dynamism, and volunteerism. Before we start our lesson, I want you to share the result of your self-concept inventory in terms of your physical appeal, human relations, intelligence, character, communication, and maturity. Mhm. In what areas do you consider yourself strong? With score 14 to 16, or somewhat weak, score of 10 to 13, and very weak, below 10. Are there qualities you consider as your weakness, but other people consider it as strength? And what are those? Check with your partner or with your classmates. Share with them. So today our lesson is knowing oneself. It's lesson number 2. For today's discussion, our content standard is the learners demonstrate an understanding of himself, herself, during middle and late adolescence. For performance standard, the learner shall be able to conduct self-exploration and self-disclosure. For most essential learning competency, explain that knowing oneself can make a person accept his or her strengths and limitations and dealing with others better. For our objectives, we're going to explain and analyze oneself using personal or SWOT analysis, is SWOT. Cognitive, realize the importance of oneself using a self-esteem, self-star rating. Affective, draw a symbol that can represent him or herself. Psychomotor. All right, let's start. Okay, so self, when we say self, it's a union of elements, namely body, physical attributes, thoughts, the way you think and how you perceive things, feelings or emotions, and sensations. Unions of those elements, physical, thoughts, feelings, or emotions, and sensations. You experience prompt you to act and behave the way you do, that constitute the individuality and identity of a person. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, self is a particular part of our personality or character that is shown in particular situation. It's a combination of our thoughts, feelings that make a person different from others. So it's very unique. So what's the difference between ideal and actual self? Ideal self is the self that you aspire to be. Actual self is the self that has characteristics that you were nurtured or born to have. Okay? Ideal self is one that you hope will possess characteristics similar to that of a mentor or some other worldly figure. Your dream face, your dream figure, your dream personality. That's your ideal self. Actual self is the one you actually see, and the one can be seen by others. Ideal self is how we want to be, and actual self is our self-image. Ideal self is based on what we have learned and experienced, but actual self is built on self-knowledge derived from social interactions that provide insights into how others react unto you. So in actual self, it is very vital for us to interact with other people and gain some insights. Okay? Here's a good example. There is an upcoming examination that was told by the teacher in advance. Everyone was looking forward to it and are doing their best to review. You too are looking forward to it. You want to ace that exam and make your parents proud, but when the days pass, you start to feel like lazy and don't want to even read your notes. Your mind and body are turned and not able to decide what to do. Turns out, you did not reviewed enough for that quiz, so the goal that you just set that you must ace did not happen. So your ideal self is the one who aced the exam, uh, not achieved by your actual self. Parang gusto ng isip mo, gagawin ko to. Tatapusin ko tong mga output na to. But in reality, dahil pagod yung katawan mo, yung isip mo, hindi mo ito na nagawa. Okay. Another example, think of this way. We are just like a rock where inside of us hold a precious diamond, invisible. The rock itself is our actual self, no glam, no shimmer, just plain rock. And we all want to be is like diamond. That is our ideal self. Little did we know that have a diamond inside of us, but there are countless processes that actually make that inner diamond in that rock to be actually be visible. So we are all in the process of achieving our ideal self. To do so, we must be holistically mindful of our selves. Here's another concepts. Self concept and self-esteem. When we say self concept, awareness of self, your cognition to what you think, what you know about your identity, personality, and individuality. While self-esteem is related to self-concept, but it is not different. But it is different. It does not focus on how we know ourselves, but rather our attitudes towards ourselves. Self-concept requires a lot of self-evaluation and reflection. Self-esteem is how we value ourselves given the positive and negative feedback we receive. Tandaan, na hindi nababawasan ang value mo as a person dahil lang hindi ka nakikitang worthy ng ibang tao. So that is self-esteem. You give value to yourself despite of negative or positive feedback from other people. Self-concept is informational because it's about your identity, about yourself. Self-esteem is emotionally inclined. How you value, how you give value, how you feel about yourself. Are you confident enough to face the world? Yeah. So these two factors highly affect how we unleash the diamonds or potentialities inside of us to actually achieve our ideal self. Sometimes our self-concept is being compromised by our self-esteem because we heard negative comments about us. But it is important to have a clear definition of you as yourself without others' approval because it is yourself after all. You are the one who knows yourself better than anyone else, right? Yeah. So, why is it important to know yourself? Mhm. So, there are a lot of benefits of being um, for having self-knowledge. So one is happiness. You will be happier when you can express who you are. Expressing your desires, moreover, will make it more likely that you get what you want because you can express yourself. Next is less inner conflict. When your outside actions are in accordance with your inner feelings and values, you will experience peace. 'Di ba? Hindi yung gusto ng isip ko, gusto ng puso ko, ano ba talaga? Okay? The next is better decision making. When you know yourself, you are able to make better choices about everything, and you will have guidelines. Self-control. When you know yourself, you understand what motivates you to resist bad habits and develop good ones. If one activity or task is not related to your aligned with your objectives in life, you must think na baka waste of time ito, waste of effort. So, kailangan magkaroon ng control and limitation so that I can achieve my goals or objectives in life. Resistance to social pressure. When you are grounded in your values and preferences, you are less likely to say yes when you want to say no. Okay? Pero pag kilala mo yung sarili mo, if hindi talaga okay, it's no with conviction, 'di ba? Next is tolerance and understanding of others. Your awareness of your own struggles can help you empathize with others. Okay? Next is vitality and pleasure. Being who you truly are helps you feel more alive and makes you experience of life richer and larger. Mhm. Knowing oneself offers us a route to greater happiness and fulfillment because it helps us understand our worth and accept, 'di ba, ang ating sarili. So how to know oneself? Mhm. So first, you apply the feedback analysis. You analyze the feedback from other people. You check if it's beneficial or not. Okay? Pakinggan lang natin yung mga beneficial sa atin. Kapag hindi naman totoo yung mga pinagsasabi ng ibang tao about us, yung mga feedback nila, bakit natin kukunin? Di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng pagkain, kakainin natin. Yung panis, hindi natin kinakain. So, we select yung beneficial sa atin. 2, take psychometric tests. It can help us measure person skills, numerical or verbal aptitude, or personality type. One of the known personality tests, try niyo po ito, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MTBI. Number 3, identify your strengths and weaknesses. 4, ask people you trust for feedback. Yung totoo, hindi yung pag nagsumbong ka, nagsabi ka ng concern mo, kakampihan ka kagad. Paano kung mali yun? So, you look for a friend who will balance everything. He will give you constructive feedback. Yung good points mo and then yung bad points mo. Listen to your self-talk. Talk to yourself. No? Wag lang ng araw-araw kasi ibang usapan na yon. Keep morning pages. Label your emotions. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you mad? How do you feel? No? What's your emotion? Have a life vision and mission. Create a personal manifesto. Okay? Personal commitments, statements about your beliefs in life and other important things that you want to explore. Fill out self-exploration questionnaires. Question your automatic thoughts. Create a bucket list. What you want to discover. Magkaroon ka ng checklist. Kung ano ba yung gusto mong ma-achieve. Alright, so let's have our activity number 1. So, defining me, I want you to define your ideal self versus your actual self. What do you want people to think and say about you? For actual self, what are your best qualities? Who are 2 people you most admire and why? And who are the people who allow you to feel fully yourself? How do you want to impact the lives of others, and how do you give importance to yourself? For personal SWOT analysis, for strengths, what do you do best? What are your positive traits? What advantages do you have? What is your greatest achievements? For your weakness, what tasks do you avoid doing? What are your negative traits? What fears do you have that may be holding you back? In what areas do you need more training or education? For opportunities, how can you turn your weakness into strengths? Who can help you achieving in your goals? What are your resources? What new technology may help you to meet your goals? So that's the opportunities. For threats, what obstacles do you face? Financial aspect, your physical, like you are short and can't reach things pag nakalagay sa higher place. Um, your family, your friends. What obstacles do you face? Are you competing with others? Do you have any obligations or other roles that limit your personal development? Like you want to study, but you need to take good care of your siblings because you don't have any guardians or parents kasi nasa abroad sila. So instead of studying and discover more about yourself, may tendency na you take good care of your siblings na lang. Alright, for our valuing, application, and generalization, self-star, on a scale of 0 to 10, rate your self-esteem and how do you feel about yourself today? Nakatulong ba na malaman yung ideal and your actual self and knowing yourself that it's a union of elements in terms of physical attributes, emotions, and etc. So feel very unhappy. To the 10 points, you feel very happy with yourself and confident about things. You're a star. I want you to draw a symbol that you think represents you. This could be anything, an animal, object, or other representation that you think defines and describes you. What did you learn today and how are you going to use it? For additional activities over the next week, you use the self-star rating to take regular ratings of your self-esteem. Write down the things and people that help you feel good. On a scale of 0 to 10, rate your self-esteem or how you feel about yourself today. So Monday to Sunday. Thank you for watching and for listening to me. God bless.